Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Melissa and this year I am going to share with you 365 tips for frugal living. So today's tip is stop buying fast fashion. Stop buying from Shein, stop buying from Temu, stop buying from Amazon because it seems like it's a great deal, but it really isn't. The clothes fall apart. They aren't as comfortable. They're fake and gross and like very itchy and scratchy for many of these fabrics. And because you can't go to a store and actually feel them, you don't know what you're getting. And they'll frequently come with like extra chemicals on them and everything. So, and it's bad for the environment and you're hurting other people by doing that instead of choosing or instead of making a different choice. And the thing is, everybody thinks that fast fashion is just Shein and Temu, and Amazon, but it's not just that. It's at Walmart, it's at Target, it's at all of these outlets. Even a lot of your higher priced items are, fast fashion. I remember talking to somebody who used to work at Nike, and they used to, in order to keep their shoes at a higher value and not have people just taking them or getting them cheap from like Goodwill or something, they would literally destroy the shoes that didn't sell. They wouldn't repurpose them. They'd just cut them, slice them so they could not be used, and all that waste. So why do that? So instead, I recommend doing things like going to thrift stores, or if you're talented, maybe you can make some of your own clothes. I am not that talented. I'm trying to get there, but I'm not. So this is a North Face jacket I got for my kid last year at Savers Thrift. I got it on a Monday when Savers and Unique, if you don't know this, have half price Mondays. And so it was originally $7 and it was $3.50. He ended up not liking it. It didn't quite fit him right. It was in the men's section, and even though it was supposedly his size and in the men's section, putting it on today, I really think, it may very well have been a woman's shirt, but that's okay. It didn't fit my kid right. It does fit me now, so I am wearing it, and it is super warm. I'm so excited. And it was cheaper than anything you're going to get at Shein or Temu even. So, and it's a lot better quality. And though it still is polar fleece, so it's not compostable or biodegradable, it's still got, plastic in it. It's still a better option than making than making somebody else do all of that, because while you want to live frugally, you don't want to do that at the price or expense of somebody else. You want to live in a manner that saves you money and benefits you, but doesn't hurt others. It's like the people who go out to a restaurant and are like, oh, well, I know how to save money. I'll leave a nice comment instead of a tip, when you know that the waitress makes $2.13 an hour. That's not being frugal. That's not saving money. That's being a jerk. So even though these people are all the way across the world, they're making barely any money, $1 or $2 a day working. You think you have crap hours and a crap job? These people are working like 16 hours, and some of them are like 12. Talk about crummy. They're working for pennies an hour, and there's no overtime, and they might get a day off a month. So shopping at Shein, that's not being frugal. That's actually taking advantage of another human being. And I understand it's frustrating. And I understand that we're broke too. But you don't want to be frugal by taking advantage of another human being. So I recommend thrifting. You don't always get what you want, and you don't always get it right away. And it does take some more work. But this North Face coat, I'm confident. It is kind of a little worn out. You can see that it's faded. It's not as dark as it clearly once was. I don't, okay, I'm not going to be able to lift my leg up that high. but it definitely is more faded. It's not as deep of a black, but that's okay because it's still warm. And I'm super grossed out by the stuff that they put on at Goodwill and other thrift stores. Like, it smells gross. It's definitely a sensory issue. So I will come home and soak whatever clothes I get from thrift stores in I'm trying to think what it's called, like a laundry stripping, I want to say. It was really popular in 2020. And I thought it was pretty cool because I actually laundry stripped all of my towels, and I had such good laundry practices that the water still was like clear. So I didn't have that brown gook. However, when I bring home clothes that are thrifted, there's always that gook because and it doesn't mean that the people didn't wash their clothes. So I'm not criticizing people who donate to thrift stores. I think that's great. I also donate to thrift stores. What I'm saying is that between the chemicals that thrift stores put on to sanitize, between the products people use to wash that deposit in, because a lot of the time laundry detergents deposit that they deposit chemicals into your clothes. So they deposit something in to reflect the light and make an item look brighter. That's how it works. It's not taking the stains out necessarily. So when you strip them, you will frequently find that dirt. So what I'll frequently do is I will strip them, rinse them in hot water, strip them again. Obviously, if you're doing this, you want to make sure all of the colors are the same. For example, you don't want to strip a black hoodie with a white t-shirt. That's not a good choice, especially like a hot pink or something. But I will go ahead and strip each thing by color, and then after that I'll hang it on the line, and I'll frequently leave it on the line for anywhere from an entire day to an entire week. And if it rains, it's even better, because for some reason when it rains, it creates I don't know, it creates a different smell, a different everything, and it feels like the clothes actually get cleaner having been rained on, especially like pouring rain. I put extra clothespins on. They get really clean, and then they dry in the wind, and they end up being better. But this got stripped twice, washed once, and it's good as new. And you're probably wondering, oh, well, that's like so much, laundry detergent for it. But really, I strip in a 5-gallon bucket. I do not do laundry stripping in the entire tub because that's just not viable for me in my current situation. And so I really don't have to use a lot of product. I use maybe anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon of borax, and then OxyClean and baking soda, all fragrance free. And then I use Earth Breeze, which is a really affordable detergent and zero waste. So today's tip for frugal living: stop shopping at Shein, stop buying fast fashion, start going to thrift stores, start finding things that you like. Don't buy Shein items from thrift stores either. I highly discourage that because it's a poor quality clothing brand. It's not going to hold up, and frequently, for some reason, thrift stores want as much or more than Shein initially charged for something that's falling apart and gonna fall apart. And if you go to a thrift store and you buy a quality item that is gonna hold up, then you're gonna have that item for years, not a few weeks, not a few months. And I mean, North Face coats, how much have North Face coats really changed in the however many years they've been around? I mean, pretty much it's all of them I see, it's a plain colored clothing item with the North Face logo either here or on the back shoulder, which is kind of weird to me. But I mean, I'm confident that this will last me through this winter and next winter and many winters after that. So I'm very happy with my purchase, and it's $3.50 and a little bit of extra work. and it's going to last for years, as opposed to a Sheen item that's twice the price, $7 to $14, we'll say, and it is going to wear out. It's going to start ripping. The fabric's not going to hold its shape. It's just not going to be as high of quality. It's going to fall apart, especially in the wash. I mean, my kid got a bunch of Sheen clothes for, I can't remember what it was, birthday, Christmas, something. And his are lasting a little longer because we hand wash everything and we hang dry everything. But if you don't, if you put it in the dryer, even if it says tumble dry low or whatever, that thing's falling apart in a few wears. It just doesn't have the quality to last. It doesn't have the craftsmanship. So look for thrifted items that are a better brand, a brand with a higher quality. I can't tell you how much I love. And I mean, I was really afraid of thrifting for years because I have things about bugs and I'm weird about how things fit, and I have all sorts of sensory challenges. So I was really against it. I tried it, and then my mom made fun of me for it, and I felt all weird, and so I didn't for a long time, and now I am, and I'm really happy about it, and I highly recommend thrifting instead of fast fashion, instead of Sheen. Buy clothes that are classic styles that aren't going to go out of style. I mean, it's a simple pullover polar fleece. This is going to always be something that Midwesterners wear in the winter, and it's comfortable. It's something that I'm comfortable wearing. So today's tip for frugal living: stop buying fast fashion. You don't need more clothes. You probably have too many clothes to begin with, and it's okay to wear clothes more than once. That's why they invented washing machines, and that's why I wash my clothes by hand. I mean, that's how it's been done since the beginning of time. So stop buying fast fashion. Start buying either quality clothes on clearance or thrifted items that are going to last instead, and find your style. Find the classic style that works for you, that's comfortable for you, that you feel good in, instead of always trying to keep up with the Joneses. Anyways, if you want to hear more frugal tips for living this year, my plan is to share 365 tips for frugal living, hopefully to be released one per day. So please hit like and subscribe if you want to hear more. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.